Hi, I'm Dr. Frank Sovinsky, and welcome to another DC Mentors vlog. Yep, you caught me again. I was going through this book called The E-Myth Chiropractor, Why Most Chiropractic Practices Don't Work and What to Do About It. Michael Gerber, and yes, yours truly. And it wasn't a narcissistic journey. It was a journey of just realizing the culmination of years and years of practice and applying the E-Myth principles, and years of also coaching other doctors in the process and mentoring them and advising them along the way, the path that there is a way. When you have a path that can be shaped into something that's so passionate that you're going to follow it because you know that the principles are sound, just like you know the principles of chiropractic are sound, that we don't always know why it happens, but we know as we start to adjust people, their world expands, things open up for most of them. One of the chapters in here that I penned was called Growth Meets Arrested Development, which means that it's amazing. The chiropractors actually always talk about expanding their life. They always talk about expanding their health and having humans reach their potential. Yet when it comes to pieces of their life and their business, they seem to want to be in control. By control, I mean that they really think that they can control its growth and they can actually limit it if they want. The truth is, it's a ride. You get to hold on and you get to realize that you're going to be shaped a bit by your environment and your response to that environment, meaning your response in business, your response to your patients, your response to patients. One of the things in there we talk about is managing time. We can manage the time, the work, and in the space of a office, but there's a psychological element to why we have arrested development in chiropractic. And what it is there's as we get busier, we try to manage the clock in a way that makes it comfortable for us. But in reality, the DC Mentors has defined the 2.5-hour rule, which means that on average, 60% of a chiropractor's business in a growing practice, almost as much as 70% of the business occurs in 2.5 hours. That means that we have to solve psychologically and with systems that moment in time, because we can't control patients. They are going to want to come in at a certain time to get the care they want. We get to adapt. I know some of us like to spend 20 minutes with a patient. Some of us like to spend 2 minutes with a patient. It's not about reducing our time with them. It's about eliminating the time wasters. Psychological effect is the thing that Mihai Csikszentmihalyi discovered when he started to look at flow. And what he found is that when we have a challenge, we have to create a skill set to meet that challenge. So a challenge in a chiropractic office would be a few more people in an hour, that therefore we'd have to have a better skill set in here, but also a better skill set out there, which means out there in the reception area, out there in the processes area, so that the staff also is opened up to the possibility of letting the people come in when they want to come in. It doesn't mean that you don't create appointments. I'm saying you create space for that. So I'm getting to the point that arrested development is many times the doctor tries to shut down and tries to say you can only come at 3:10, 3:20, 3:30. That's an old idea, kids. And while we're in a very new profession, we need to infuse some new ideas that people want to come when and it's convenient in their life. Maybe for the first week or two they'll go to your schedule, but then they want to come when people want to come. So growth meets arrested development. Open up, stop arresting your development, realize that a busier practice is always just a bit anxious. It's always just a bit out of your range presently, but you'll end up adapting, and then guess what happens next time? You'll have the next growth spurt. So if you want to go to the next level, read this book, give me a call, and we'll chat about it.